Hey guys, just wanted to show you where I'm at with my Kibler Woodsrunner 54 cal smoothbore. Wanted to touch on some of the items that I've been using to get this far in the process, and also kind of give you an idea of steps and what you're going to need. You don't need an extravagant vise setup. This is just a cheap gun vise that you can get from, I believe, Dick's Sporting Goods was where I bought it years back. And it's held down by a couple Irwin clamps that you can get from home improvement stores. I have a small pin punch, just for punching in the pins in the tight areas around the lock area and the trigger area. This is used for staking the underlugs to the underside of the barrel to ensure that they don't move. Just a small punch. This is a Nicholson 8-inch single cut bastard file. And then this is just a cheap Craftsman file set of various angles and sizes, and it's come in handy a lot. Regular screwdriver that fits the screws for the gun. Set of vice grips to grab your pins. A set of cutters to cut your pins. Doesn't have to be crazy Nip-X cutters like this. You can use, I could get away with these cheap Harbor Freight cutters for the pin stock. A piece of wood to use as a buffer between a hammer, like when you're tapping in the trigger plate under here. And then a small ball peen, and then I'm a leather crafter as well, so I kind of reuse some of my materials. Just a regular nylon mallet for tapping some parts in, like the tapping on the edge of the lock to set it into the lock mortise. These are card scrapers. I bought them on Amazon from DFM. They're made in USA. They come relatively sharp, but I've sharpened them myself. You don't need any kind of crazy setup to sharpen them either. Just a flat table, some nice sandpaper to get the edges flat, and then I use the rounded portion of this punch to round the edge over. You don't need an expensive burnisher or some fancy standalone tool. You can use some sort of hardened drill bit, the rounded edge of a drill bit to round that over to make the hook. There's a file card for cleaning the chips out of the file. It becomes especially important when you are draw filing your barrel faces. And then I have this really nice sandpaper that Kibler sells as a metal finishing kit. And then that also comes with the Scotch-Brite. And they have a wood finishing kit too, and I did buy that. However, I wanted to try my hand at the more traditional card scraping method before I dove in or committed to just sanding. And then basically, as you're finishing the rifle, you're going to want some sort of an alternate incandescent style light source just to show some facets on the piece. And when I'm messing with the stock, I'll shut this bright LED cheapo light off and just use this this dim light, and it will show me the shadows on the stock, the lines, and some places that I need to go back over. Well, that's pretty much it for where I'm at right now and everything that I've used. I also have done some work on the metal pieces, just polishing up and filing down the guard. I haven't filed or polished this yet, the butt plate, and then filing down and polishing up the ramrod pipes. It's just something quick and easy to do when you get started off. to kill some time. And then as I've been putting the ramrod together, when you drill the hole through the ramrod tip, it has to be a number 50 drill bit, which I did not have. So I drilled it with the closest one I had that was undersized, so it wouldn't go over, and chamfered the holes there. And still can't get the pin to go through, so I have a number 50 drill bit on order, so I can take care of that. But that's where we're at right now, and I'm planning on making some other videos, especially on maybe draw filing. That took a long time, but specifically on adjusting the trigger bar to not be in contact with the sear as it comes, because I had a problem with that, and I had to take quite a bit off the trigger bar in order for it to maintain some play in the trigger there. If you liked the video, go ahead and check out the next few that I'll probably be throwing on here. My intention was to film the whole process, but when you get a kit like this, you don't want to fiddle around with setting up cameras and editing and everything else. You just want to get into it and start building. Alright, thanks for watching.